Hello, everyone. We're back with another episode review. I'm GarudaPhoenix.
And I'm Radiant.
So, we're kind of chugging along the season one train right now.
Little
And
by little.
yeah, little by little. So, this time, it's our first very, one pony centric episode. Am I right?
Yeah, we're
So, we're
focused.
now focused on Applejack.
hmm
Applejack, coming into the episode, she's obviously like one of those. I don't want to call it goody two shoes, but it's kind of like that. He's like the very sensible, straight man type of character that doesn't fool around.
Yeah, I don't know if that really counts as goody two shoes. I would have to look up the exact definition.
Well, I'm just
But
saying, like, she's the
I think
straight
it's like,
man.
yeah, she is a straight mare to everybody. But I think goody two shoes, it's more, in that case, she's more like broadcasting. Always do the right thing and all that. Applejack seems more like this is genuinely what she wants to do.
Yeah, so this is like probably like the first time we're kind of like delving in depth to these characters as a whole. So we
hmm
jump into the episode, and right off the bat, Big Mac pretty much tells us the moral of the episode 30 seconds in. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, this episode's done for real.
No, he just says that it's too much for one pony to handle all by herself.
Yeah, that's
I
that's pretty much the point of the episode.
I think it's more about asking for help and realizing when you need help.
He did say it's too much for one pony to handle.
hmm
It's like one pony plus hundreds of apple trees is
hmm
like too much work. And then
hmm
the whole fancy mathematics line, it's like I don't know how to feel about that, you know? It's kind of like you're kind of implying that Applejack really isn't good at math ish.
I think she knows her math. I think it's just that in a moment where she feels it really doesn't matter, she's frustrated that somebody's trying to use it against her.
Yeah, I did read one fan fiction a while ago where it turns out that Big Mac was like some mathematical genius
hmm
just based on this line. I'm like, okay, so they'll make
Yeah,
fan fiction out of everything.
and it's more that Applejack is tired of Big Mac using math against her.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Okay, so there's one line that caught out to me. Applejack literally says, "Me, the loyalist of friends." I'm like, wait a minute.
And the most dependable of ponies, yeah, we
Yeah,
have
the
her.
first part of the sentence caught to me. It was like loyalist of friends. Like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Can you back up there for a
Mhm.
second? Loyalist of friends? Huh. This may imply several things, or not.
I don't think it really applies anything.
No, I'm just saying, like, loyalist, as in, like, is she trying to take over Rainbow Dash's job, or.
No. I think as far as like their elements of harmony goes, we really shouldn't try and force them down each other's throats because Applejack is loyal. I mean, like if you think about it, Pinkie Pie is the element of laughter, but she spends so much time and energy throwing all these parties for people, and one could say that she's generous or kind, and you know,
Okay, alright. Because it threw me off there for a second, just because it's like you're kind of like directly hinting towards another pony's element of harmony. It's like, wait a minute.
Mhm.
It threw me off for a second.
I
And
think just in that instance, honesty really didn't play a part. It's like, okay, yes, I'm honest, and yeah, that's my element, but I am loyal. And I don't think she was really trying to compare herself to Rainbow Dash. Let's be honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think she was trying to do it, but it's like she's trying to be like the hardworking one, the one that everyone can depend on. So it's like,
hmm
yeah, I'll get that. And so she basically like forces herself to take on the challenge, I guess. And
hmm
immediately she regrets it. It's like she gulps. She's like, I'm like, well, that's the fastest turnaround I've ever seen.
Yeah, she understands that it's going to be quite a challenge, but I think she still feels like she can do it.
Oh yeah, she doesn't back down. That's not. I'm
I
saying
mean, like, yeah, we're gonna win the championships, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, but oh man, do you see the size of that team?
oh yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I guess it's like that.
Yeah,
You know what you're capable of. You don't know what the challenge is capable of.
yeah. And I think she really believes she can do it, but she understands it's not gonna be an easy task.
Yep. So we have the theme again, and we move
Yay!
on.
Mhm.
So she's doing her work, I guess. So she's kicking down those apples. So I guess in this world, in order to get apples from trees, you don't pick them, you kick them out of the trees.
Ultimately, it's more effective, I think.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely effective. I'm just worried about the bruising.
Oh, on the tree or on the hooves?
The hooves, the trees, and the fruit themselves. Because they fall down. Like when I pick up an apple to eat, I accidentally drop it, it hits the ground. My mom will tell me to cut out like the bruised part. I'm like, well, okay. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably just me, but you know, bruised fruits don't really look good. They don't really sell well.
No, but I mean, in that world, if that's what they do to get them down, I'm pretty sure they overlook really any bruise that would come as a result of that.
Yeah, I'm just saying like there's probably like an easier solution to all this, like where you could there could be like a what's that Rube Goldberg machine. So it's like there'll be like a bucket just underneath the leaves of like the apple tree, and then it will like roll it all the way down into a bucket. I'm just kind of like trying to think of it from a engineer standpoint. I mean, you're in engineering, right? So like if you were to try and knock off all the apples in like one hit from an apple tree, like let's just say you could, right? To prevent bruising, there's got to be like a way to do that without it just placing, like the buckets directly underneath the tree and just hope they fall in.
Well, I think first you would require a ring around the tree with a bin of some sort of material that would catch it, but is not necessarily hard enough to leave a bruise.
So it could be a platform of sorts with like foam covering, so it'll just bounce off.
Yeah, but it would have to be like deep enough that when it bounced, it didn't bounce out.
Yeah.
But I think the problem with that whole theory is that it's kind of impractical to do it
Oh yeah, it's super impractical.
for all of the trees.
Oh yeah, yeah, I totally agree. It's so impractical. I consider it impossible.
Not impossible. It would. I feel like in the world that they've set up, it would be something that they just wouldn't do.
I don't know. It's just that I feel like right here could have been a good place to demonstrate some level of ingenuity on the Apple family's part. Because really, we don't really know much about the species of ponies that there are. But Earth ponies don't really have we don't have the advantages of unicorns and pegasi. So they're basically like punching those trees or kicking the trees to get the fruit down. So we see that I guess they have innate magic to kind of like whack fruit out of trees without hurting the trees and without seriously damaging their legs.
Hmm.
And I guess what I'm just saying is like if we kind of like brought this to the human world, we'd make some stupid contraption like that.
Well, yeah, but we have different set of rules in our world, and we also have our hands.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, totally forgot about that.
yeah, those do help.
Yeah, they definitely help. So she's kicking those out of the trees, and then there's a stampede
Yep,
of cows.
yep. The cows just decide to start running.
Yep. And then we get to see Applejack's dog help her, you know,
Winona.
rally the cows. Winona, yeah. I mean, is this a stereotype? She's got to have the. No, I don't think it's really a stereotype. It's like she just has a dog, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the others have pets. Well, 3/4 of them do.
I guess.
Winona's so cute, and they really work well in tangent with Applejack. I really like that.
Yeah, the relationship between Applejack and Winona, it's a very like a owner pet sort of deal. It's something that we can immediately relate to, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's on like, oh, you know, Applejack has a pet, Winona, the dog. It's literally, relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And so she manages to stop the stampede. And I'm thinking like Winona's like that catch-all dog. It's like she's like one of those like sheep herding dogs, but I don't know. Is she like a sheep herding dog? Like a shepherd?
I can't necessarily tell from the cartoon.
Hmm.
Um, there's border collie, I think. I'm not too sure though.
I guess they made it.
Cartoon dogs don't generally lend themselves to real life.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, back when the hub was still a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had pound puppies.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. There were some that you could definitely tell the type.
I guess
Then
for
there were some that were
ponies,
like,
yeah.
huh.
I guess for ponies, they didn't like, well, it's a dog. We don't kind of like really have to describe what species it is. So, anyway, moving on. So, these cows, they first moo at Applejack and then suddenly speak. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second.
They're sentient.
They're sentient. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a minute. First of all, you introduce us as like some mindless, rampaging stampede. If you're sentient, couldn't you just have stopped yourself? Are we thinking way too hard about like what animals are sentient in this world?
I don't know. I think they're like the ones that are really inclined to pack mentality.
Oh, sir, they're tribal, but not in the way we think of tribal-ish sort of deal.
Not real. I mean, like one of them got spooked, and then the rest of them just kind of followed along.
Yeah, but they're capable of speech. They know they can communicate with the ponies, so it's like, yeah, we can talk.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're driven by the pack mentality. Like they have a leader ish,
Oh yeah, yeah, they
but
definitely do. And they're scared of snakes.
yeah,
They're scared of snakes. So it's like it took Applejack to stop them. I mean, they would have rampaged into. Okay, so here's my thinking. So one of them saw a snake,
yes.
got scared, started running around, and then they all decided to run one direction
Hmm.
into Ponyville. I don't know,
Yeah,
because
I mean, I guess that's where their path would lead.
no, I'm just saying like if someone's freaking out, like there really wouldn't be any direction you would want to freak out in. I don't know.
I guess as far away from the said snake as possible.
Oh yeah, like we can see like I guess it's like we can see that cow is running that way. Let's follow her. Pack
Yeah,
mentality, people.
because obviously if she is running in that direction, there is something in the opposite direction that we do not want to be close to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's like seeing a bomb technician run.
Oh yeah, you want to follow the you want to run with him because he knows. He knows. Okay, so and everybody seems to be enjoying the show. Pinky especially. She's got popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out because stopping the stampede, it's worthy of a public service award presentation.
Yeah, well, it could have been pretty dangerous had they actually gone rampant through town.
Yeah, sure, but I'm it's like it looked like a really, really big deal. The way that everyone was kind of like making it. It's like, wow, Applejack, you're so great. And then, they
Guys,
decorate the
this is
town
the
hall.
fourth time she's done this for us in the past 3 weeks. We have to give her an award ceremony. Because I have to think that Stampede's just run through town all the time and Applejack. Because Applejack was pretty quick on her feet about knowing what to do on that one.
Oh yeah, she definitely was. I guess experience?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to say this is probably like the fourth time Applejack has like saved the town in a relatively short time.
Yeah. And no, Alex, I think she's selfless enough to not plug her business. At this point, we'll never take you seriously.
Nice to know. But Yeah, I think it was just like, she's done this multiple times. We'll give her an award for it. I think this was just like the latest in a long slew of
A
things.
stack, like a visible stack. Like, holy moly.
Yeah, well, I mean, Twilight had a stack of no cards. It was probably listing off all of the things that Applejack has done since
Oh my gosh.
Twilight showed up.
Oh boy, if it's since Twilight showed up, jeez.
So Twilight is very, very particular about details, so take that as you will.
Can you argue that Twilight is not a good public speaker?
No, she's not.
She's
I
like,
mean,
I'll read one sentence, next. Read one sentence, next. Oh my gosh.
she doesn't understand the thing about cue cards.
Yeah.
So she can whip out a speech just fine.
Mm-hmm.
When she pre-prepares it, there's sometimes issues.
Oh yeah, she's confident in her speech. It's just that she needs to like have that level of prep.
Yeah.
Like I'll compliment her for her confidence and preparedness, but delivery, uh-uh.
Well, it also doesn't help that everybody's interrupting her.
Oh yeah. Rainbow Dash, this is why no one likes you still. Also, how is Applejack gonna help you fly when she's an Earth pony? Question mark.
Probably help her with a trick. I don't know.
Oh, and
I
that face, that emoji. Yeah. She scrunches her little face.
I don't know. Maybe it was because Rainbow Dash had that whole idea in mind of the platform, and she asked
Yeah, we'll
Applejack
see
to
it
help.
later. It's just that in the moment, it's like Rainbow Dash, you're a Pegasus. How is an Earth pony gonna help you fly? Is she gonna like kick your butt up into space or something? I don't know, because the only thing I've seen Applejack do so far is to kick stuff. Really.
She grabs Rainbow Dash's tail in her mouth.
Hey. Okay, and then Twilight is still trying to finish her speech, and then Pinky, you know, I love you and all, but if you're gonna run Sugar Cube Corner for a day, at least try to, rake a profit in. I don't think this is like a PR campaign where you're handing out free samples.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Pinky, maybe a baker, but you're not a business pony whatsoever.
No, she is not. But
Man.
that brings me back to the whole like Pinkie Pie is being generous here.
Yeah, yeah, I can see
So
that
if Pinkie
now.
Pie can be generous, Applejack can be loyal.
Maybe Emmy Larson should have taken notes on when they swapped up their cutie marks.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And then Fluttershy even has the guts to interrupt.
I don't know. She's talking about animals, so
But was Fluttershy's thing even worthy of an announcement?
no. But I think
Yeah,
she was excited about it.
she's excited about it, but then like really, she's up on stage in public, Does she even realize she's on a podium or at a podium with hundreds of ponies looking at her?
I don't know.
I mean, we have established if she's a scaredy cat, right?
Yeah.
Or at least super shy,
Mhm.
right? And
I mean, she barely could speak to Twilight when they first met, so
that's progress. Yay.
yay.
And even Mayor is like, um, I'll take over from here.
And Twilight's like, I don't care anymore. Throws the cards in the air and sulks away.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Twilight. And so I guess Mayor decides to, it's like declare, and that's a big trophy.
Yeah, but I mean, what do they do all day in Ponyville? What do they have to celebrate? They have actually no, they have festivals out the wazoo. Never mind.
They have Pinkie Pie. They'll celebrate anything.
Yeah.
And so Applejack's not there. It's like, and here, and to the most loyal and dependable pony of all, Applejack, and
Applejack poses Celestia and
a well, I guess sick burn,
yeah.
sick burn, and I mean she's better than Celeste in the fact that she does show up within like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean if she had just like jogged a little bit more, she would have made it.
I mean, I don't blame her. It's just she looks like an engineering student right now.
Oh, like during finals week.
Oh boy, finals week is the worst.
Oh man. So we feel for you, Applejack. We feel
Yeah,
for you.
we know that feel when you're. Well, I assume
In
either
over your head.
you've exhausted yourself or you've pulled an all-nighter, and I don't think it's the all-nighter. Well, actually, I would think it's the all-nighter because one, she's got bags under her eyes. If she was physically tired from kicking the things, she wouldn't really have bags under her eyes.
Yeah, I think it was just how much work she was doing,
Yeah, I think she'd
and she
be.
was just wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, she's all-nighters and everything.
Mhm.
And is she drunk when she's tired? She's like going woo woo into the
No, I think
trophy.
she's at that point in like a slap happy land. It's like where if she were to close her eyes, she would pass out and fall asleep on the ground.
Oh, so she's slightly delusional.
Yeah, it's like the world is kind of tilted to the left, and it's like nobody else knows it, but you find it hilarious that you're the only person who can see it.
I guess. I mean, she even forgot to like leave her little saddle baskets back at home to accept
Yeah,
the reward.
if she had done that, she might have been able to make it without all that weight dragging her down.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that level of tact, she's just dragging the trophy back. It's like, see ya, guys. I gotta go back to work.
It goes on enough long enough to be awkward, but I don't think it was ever annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's long enough to be awkward, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Applejack goes back to work, and she's still kicking trees.
Yeah.
How many trees does she have to kick? Like, holy crap. It says, like, no one's seen her in a week. So she's been going at this for a week, at least a week.
Mm-hmm.
So how big is their farm?
Hundreds of trees, apparently.
Oh, yeah, Big Mac did say so. Hundreds of trees. So if we say hundreds of trees, so the maximum given that scope given by Big Mac will be 999 trees.
Mm-hmm.
Divided by 7 days would be 100 and something trees per day.
Yeah.
So she's kicking down 100 and something trees per day.
She has
Okay.
to move the buckets, and she has to put them back,
Oh, yeah.
like, say, every 10 trees or so.
But she's got like buckets set up around trees. So it's like she can
Yeah,
kick, move them, kick, move them until she's
yeah,
run out of the buckets and transport them.
and
So,
then she has to reset.
okay. So I have my calculator here. If we say that they have 999 trees, she's got
Mm-hmm.
7 days to kick them. So she has to kick 143 trees a day,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. So
Yeah.
143 trees a day, and if she's not getting enough sleep, so she has to kick down 8 trees an hour.
Mm-hmm.
8 trees an hour, which is literally one in less than 10 minutes.
So I think it's more like at first she can do them really fast, and then she has to move the buckets, go back, carry them all back, then carry all the buckets back and start at a new place. And I think that's where all of her time is going.
Yeah, I guess she can kick the apples down fast. It's just the transporting is time consuming. And then Twilight appears to help. Like, wow, Twilight, you're offering to help. Like, good on you.
She's
Good on you.
concerned.
Yeah. And apparently no one else is,
Well,
despite
I have to
seeing
I have to think
Applejack.
that most of them are like, this is Applebuck season. We all know it. Applejack is usually run down at this time of year. We're gonna let her go. She'll be back in a couple of weeks and be fine.
Oh yeah, and I think that the others would have like attempted to try and help her, but Applejack would have pushed them off like in a previous time,
Yeah, like previous years.
like she's doing to Twilight right now.
Yeah.
And luckily, Twilight is stubborn enough to kind of like push her to accept her help.
Twilight knows about not sleeping and not getting like working
Hey.
through the night. She understands it's not healthy. she's not very good at fixing that about herself, but
Yeah, but she knows the field.
Yeah, she knows it's not good.
Definitely.
So she's trying.
Yeah. And one thing to point out here is that Twilight does bring up where's the rest of your family? You know, the one that I met a few days or weeks ago.
You know, the one that caused me social anxiety and
the one that fed me to the point of explosion.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, and actually, if this part felt super organic, it's like, well, we don't really live here on this farm. They like live everywhere else. They just kind of come here once a year.
I don't know, once a blue moon, I guess.
Oh yeah, it is like they did mention about like it's a really, really long time in between these meetings.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, once in a blue moon we'll meet. And it just so happened that this year's was at about the same time as the summer sun celebration.
Yay for timing.
You know, yay for callbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yay for callbacks, and I guess it helps that we don't have to keep track of 30 characters in the Apple family.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, I mean, it would have made this plot more complicated, but I think if they just like established that, hey, there's a bunch of different Apple families living on the farm, but this is the main one, and then we could just like follow the Granny Smith, Apple Bloom, and Big Mac and Applejack, and then the others can mill about, but not really.
Yeah, I guess. So, you know, Twilight is trying to talk to Applejack, and she's teleporting around a lot.
I think she's practicing. She's trying to get it done.
It's kind of an awkward time to practice. It's like someone else. It's like you're not. Applejack isn't running away, so it doesn't necessitate a teleporting sort of reaction.
Like, dear Princess Celestia, I've been having some trouble with my teleporting. What do you think I should do? Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle. My dear student, Twilight Sparkle, if you're having some trouble, what you should do is you should teleport at any given moment, no matter how awkward the situation. Your teacher, Princess Celestia.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Oh, man. And you know, Applejack is refusing the help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, like, this builds on her character that she's stubborn, but the way she's refusing almost seems like it was initially a bet of some sort, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know these types of cartoon episodes, right? Where someone is refusing something that they would like to, but they're not because someone bet them on it.
I mean, I get where that comes from, but I think it's more like, okay, I started this, I am already halfway done, I'm going to finish this. Let me finish this. Stop trying to, like, get in my way.
Yeah, but it's like she's refusing, and wait, hold on, like, she's tired, she's on the verge of collapse, she's sleeping on her hooves. If it were me, I was like, oh my god, thank you for coming. I'm dying out here.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, I guess Applejack is that type of pony, I guess.
She takes pride in what she does. And she doesn't like it when people are suggesting that she can't do something.
Yeah. I guess that is a legitimate way to think about it. Like, okay. I guess try again later, Twilight. But, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess she's that tired where she forgets to go help Applejack, or she's late anyway.
I think it was Pinkie Pie first? Yeah, Pinkie Pie.
Oh, it was Pinkie's? No, I thought she went to Rainbow Dash. After that first talk.
Yeah, she went to Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, she went to Rainbow Dash.
She went to Rainbow Dash
to help her with the flying.
Yeah.
And I guess this is where we see that weird contraption. I didn't know that Rainbow Dash was much of an engineer. What do you say about this contraption?
I say it's some broken bones waiting to happen.
And I will talk about that in a little bit. So I look at the structure, and it's like, say, what? Well, first of all, I guess it's structurally sound. But one, how did Applejack even climb up to the top?
No idea. I think it was like a ladder thing in there.
I'm looking at it, and there is no ladder.
Okay, she's climbing the cross beams?
Yeah, I'm just saying, the only thing there is just cross beams.
I really don't think Rainbow Dash had the foresight to understand that Applejack would need a easier way to get up.
Well, I mean, easier is not impossible. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, you can get up there. Just saying. Well, I guess Rainbow Dash could carry Applejack up, but it'll be too tiring.
Yeah, I think she's like, Applejack can do it herself. I mean, like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's these little things, you know. It's like, come on, guys, we're not dumb.
mm-hmm.
No, we know what good engineering is. You know?
Yeah.
And I guess the physics. Okay, now explain to me the physics.
Okay, so essentially, the physics in this world is really weird, and if it had worked in real life, Applejack would have landed on the platform, and Rainbow Dash would have been flipped into the crossbeams of the platform.
Well, I'm just saying, this world of Generation 4 My Little Pony, I think they take a great big dump on physics anyway, due to the fact that their celestial bodies are being controlled by
Magical
forces.
Alcorns.
They're
Okay.
yeah, they're being controlled by magic and not, Newtonian physics. So I think we'll give them a pass, but that's on like a planetary scale. We're talking like, oh, like we know what this scale is, right? Like the human level scale or a horse level scale.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to give him a pass? Because I'm still like,
I mean,
eh.
I am really not going to try and deconstruct the physics of a world filled with sentient, multicolored ponies.
But it's
If
still
you,
out there. We can still do it. But we choose not to. So, moving on. So, what you said about the broken bones bit,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
The way that Applejack kind of like, clack, like just smacks the ground, it's
snaps
very
her neck.
Looney Tunes esque, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's like I kind of like my heart kind of flinches the moment I see like that's kind of a tall height, plus Applejack isn't really in the right kind of like mindset to brace for impact.
Yeah. Oh man,
Ugh,
that had
like,
to have hurt.
yeah, I mean, she's face smacks the floor, like her lips are glued to the thing.
Yeah. I guess we'll kind of have to
And
like cartoon.
oh, and here's another thing. Rainbow Dash, this is also why no one likes you. This is going to be a recurring theme in the show. I don't like Rainbow Dash, but I'm just going to assume that no one else does.
Okay, that's a
Applejack
rather.
calls out the safety of this. Like, Applejack's like, that doesn't look really safe. And it's like, and Rainbow Dash is literally like, not for me. Like, uh, Applejack is talking about herself. It's like, I'm going to have to climb up there and jump down. I'm doing the most dangerous part. And
Mhm.
you're concerned about your own safety? Yeah, yes, some friend you are. Ugh.
Yeah, I think actually, if Applejack was 100%, they could have done this.
Oh yeah, this is something they could have done. But right now, Applejack kind of she does have that mental capacity. It's like, well, I don't know if I'm kind of up to the task right now.
Yeah.
But Rainbow Dash is still being a jerk.
Mhm.
It's like I'm worried about my safety, and the thing you're worried about is yours. And so we're
Yeah.
still going ahead with this.
I think in the way that she phrased it and like where it came in the discussion, it did sound like Applejack was concerned about her like Rainbow Dash's safety. So that's why Rainbow Dash addressed her own safety.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it doesn't deter Applejack from trying several times.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean, that's gotta hurt. Like, really, girl, don't do this to yourself. I feel so sorry for you. And even she's even got the derped out eyes. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I mean, she does eventually get it to the point where it knocks Rainbow Dash all the way into the library. Rainbow Crash reference, am I right?
yep. Yeah, yeah. And
And,
Twilight's so cute reading the book.
she is quite cute.
She's like, "Can I help you?" And
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash is like, "I've been trying to get her to stop that for years. It's your turn. Have fun." Like, somebody else needs your help.
Yeah. And Twilight is still concerned enough to say, you know what? I'm going to see Applejack one more time just to make sure she's all right.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm seriously thinking this is seriously detrimental to her health. Like, even I would eventually, at a certain point, give up. Like, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And it makes you wonder how they did it with just the two of them in years past.
Hmm. Yeah, but I guess no, because in years past, Big Mac kind of took the majority of the load, and Applejack, like if you divide labor, it's certainly going to be easier.
Mm-hmm.
But
And you have more time to rest between.
yeah, so you have a clearer mind. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like doing a group assignment. The thing. Group
Yeah.
assignment. You have one dude who's out of commission.
And then everything feels like it's more work.
Yeah.
Oh well, so Twilight's not very successful.
Again.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so we got Applejack, who she's loyal, she's dependable, she's honest, all that fun stuff. If she says she's okay,
You'll be okay, but I'm
you
keeping an eye
know,
on you.
like the evidence is kind of stacking against her, but as a friend, I am supposed to trust my friends,
Yep.
so I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm
So.
gonna keep an eye on you.
Hmm. Yep, definitely. It's like when you're really concerned for a friend. It's like you kind of want to like I don't know. It's like almost force them to make the right decision
Yeah,
for their health. It's like you're kind of like screwing yourself over. Just chill out.
it's like, okay, this isn't working for you. Do this,
Yeah.
but
Twilight, at least Twilight's concerned of a friend enough of a friend
mhm.
to check up. So now we go to Sugar Cube Corner. It looks like a gingerbread house, like for real.
Yeah, I think that's the point. But it's now sold separately. So,
Hey, we'll pretty much make that joke whenever we there's like a new toy, right?
yeah.
Sold separately.
Yeah, each sold separately.
Yep. And for, do we consider Pinky a baking savant?
I guess.
Like she knows her stuff, right?
Yeah.
And does Applejack know how to bake? I guess
Yeah.
like the knowledge will have been passed down from Granny Smith, right?
I think they both know how to bake. I don't know, like I can't see where Applejack would be better off. I guess it's more that she has more patience than Pinkie
Hmm.
Pie does.
I guess Applejack does cook more of the simple stuff, like just like a regular apple pie, and Pinky makes all of the grandiose cakes and the whatever,
Hmm.
it's like she makes the more fancier stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more
so
involved.
I guess if you kind of like mix those two like levels of styles, and that's yeah, basically those two styles, they'll probably have something to offer to each other.
Some really good muffins.
Hmm.
Though that doesn't turn out as well because Applejack is dealing with her ears ringing, which does happen when you get tired.
Like at this point, I've never experienced that. As tired as I've ever been, I've never experienced my ears ringing.
Yeah, your ears ring. It feels like there's cotton stuck in your ears. It gets bad.
Okay, it does. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
you can't hear worth anything.
I feel that's kind of dangerous.
Oh yeah, well at that point you really need to lie down. But
Is it like a thing where your inner ear balance isn't? No, it's not balanced, right?
yeah, it's a problem with your inner ear which does relate to balance.
I'm just saying like it's interrupting with the actual function of your ear, which is to hear.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm not going out after like the whole balance thing. It's just like she needs to lie down.
She does. She needs a good night's sleep, like some food.
Yeah, and I guess the food that they eventually make. Holy moly, Pinky! Here, I'm gonna ding you on this one, Pinky. Couldn't you have double checked on Applejack just to make sure she's putting in the right ingredients? Like worms and lemon juice. Oh
And potato chips.
gosh, like seriously.
The point is, like, to be able to spread it out to the entire town, they would have had to make multiple batches.
And Pinky, you're a terrible quality control person.
No, we've said it before. She's not very good with business. She
This is not business. This is just simple cooking. This is cooking. You know, like Pinky, you're the head chef. Applejack is your your sous chef. Shouldn't
yeah.
you, as the head chef, make sure that your sous chef do the correct thing? And Pinky Pie like, whatever. I'm like, ugh.
She's very much live in the moment.
Never mind. I'm gonna ding her on that for one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna ding her. I mean, they bake this stuff. I think it's like, shouldn't you realize like how rancid it's going to smell? They baked live worms. Where they got live worms, I'll never know.
The outside, in the ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. But man, it looks serious. I mean, even the ponies looking at the cupcakes, they're like, this looks weird.
I don't know. When you have Applejack and Pinkie Pie together and they said they bake something,
I guess the cred.
honestly, I don't care how it looks.
I guess their cred goes before their the cred
Yeah.
goes before the whatever they make.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're like you can see all their faces are green except
They're
for
all
Berry
poisoned.
Punch.
They're
Berry
all
Punch's
poisoned.
face isn't green, which makes you think, why is she in the infirmary?
I don't know.
Because she's been drinking all night. La, la, la. Wait a minute.
That could cause nausea too, so
Yeah.
who really knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's enough to throw all these ponies into a tizzy. Even
Maybe
Pinkie
she got the
Pie.
last one and noticed like ponies before her were starting to get sick, and she didn't eat all of hers.
Hmm.
So that
Yep. Even Pinky's not immune to this.
she probably had like 12.
I mean, like she ate like a hot sauce covered cupcake in the show premiere.
Yeah, but worms, lemon juice, soda, potato chips. That's a little too far.
Yeah. And for some reason Spike's okay eating it.
Yeah, well,
Well, Spike's a
dragon.
dragon. You know what? He'll eat anything.
So
Okay, and this
now,
yeah, and this scene right here, kind of it's almost like a little wink to Isaac Newton. He
mhm,
kicks the tree, she's falling asleep and the apple hits her on the head.
mhm.
I'm like, "Hey, so much for Newtonian physics, am I right?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then
So,
she's backing up with the cart
oh, that's
and it's
so.
like, ah. It's so cute. It's so cute. I have to admit.
Yeah.
But I have to say, being stuck like that on the with like, you know, hooves up, it's a very compromising position, I have to say.
I mean, what if Twilight wasn't there?
Yeah.
She could have stayed there for hours.
Isn't there like a bad thing when you have blood rush up to your head?
It is. And I'm
Like,
not too sure it would be very good on their spines either. But,
yeah.
um, no, you could be okay for a while, but you would, like, lose feeling
Hmm.
everywhere else because all the blood is in your head.
Hmm.
So,
And as usual, Applejack is still as stubborn as a mule, no offense.
none taken.
And so Applejack goes to Fluttershy to get the bunny census. That must be extremely difficult. If you're
Yeah,
taking a population count of bunnies. Bunnies.
yeah.
I
What was
mean,
that system? Mandalorian? Something like that? Mendel?
yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after about 12 times, you're like, oh man, there's a lot of bunnies.
Yeah, lots of bunnies. Bunnies reproduce very often, right?
Yes, monthly. Monthly
Monthly.
after the females are able to gestate, they start breeding.
So, how long is their like pregnancy period? Like how
I
long?
think it's about a month. I mean,
That's why. Okay, so if we
yeah,
assume every bunny is like on like the exact same cycle,
we're assuming so, but
so they can like calculate the population in between.
I suppose I don't know. Maybe she just does it every time they have it. Like there's a new litter that come,
Yeah, I guess.
new groups of litters that come out.
I'm just saying it's gonna grow like exponentially, like for real.
Mhm.
You're gonna have a hard time counting them. Which besides, if she's like taking a bunny census, right? Is she doing some method of population control? Question mark.
I don't know. She might have to move them if it becomes too much.
Yeah. And so the bunnies are okay with Fluttershy being there, but not okay with Applejack because she's being a little tactless in
Yeah.
her handling.
And Winona, so
I guess Winona's following the orders of Applejack, and she's being a bit playful too. I mean, I don't blame Winona.
yeah. But I don't blame the bunnies for being afraid of it either.
Yeah. Man, they look so terrified.
So it all goes really bad, and we have a rehash of the last.
It's almost the exact same scene too.
I think it's same footage for
It's
some
the
too.
same footage, except this time it's just full of
Just
bunnies.
bunnies. The horror, the horror.
This is the first time we see like the I don't know. Okay, that scene where Lily is like goes prone, she faints and falls prone.
Yeah.
It almost looks like some war movie footage
Yeah.
or some like where there's like that one soldier and like all the cavalry's like trampling him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of horrifying. But I gotta credit like the animation that they managed to make that work. Like we
Yeah.
say, we haven't credited the animation much, especially in the early seasons, because they have a low budget and whatever. But honestly, props to them. Like they've done good.
Yeah. They
They
do good.
they've 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 done lots of good things. And apparently, when Twilight decides to walk out, there's three ponies that are prone on the ground.
And she's trying to understand what the horror thing is, and
Yeah. I think the community has like dubbed these ponies the fainting flowers or something. The fainting flower ponies.
yeah,
Lily, Roseluck, and Daisy, I think.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? It's like all you consider is like they trampled your flowers. Okay. Well, I guess it sucks because that's what their business is built on. But honestly, it's really nothing to be worried about. But man, bunnies do pose a problem. That's
So,
why I
what do you
guess.
know?
Yeah. What do I know? I ain't no expert. I ain't no expert. And so Twilight's like, you know what? I'm putting my hoof down and I'm gonna confront Applejack. You know what? You need help and you're going to get it.
And I think that's the honesty that Applejack needed.
It's almost ironic, don't you think?
Yeah. And I think that's why I'm so like hard on the pilot, because it's like that's what you needed. You needed Applejack to be like honest in a way that was hard for her to do.
It was hard for Twilight to accept,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like
Yeah,
telling your friend, okay, you've tried, you failed, you cannot do this. That's hard to do, especially when you're trying to be like a good friend.
hmm
And Twilight doesn't quite know where that line is yet.
yeah,
And she's trying to find it. But telling your new friend, hey, I know you've been really supportive, you've been really great lately, but you can't do this. You
yeah.
know.
Especially she's almost working to undo the goodwill she's built up, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? Before you destroy yourself and your reputation, I'm gonna stop you right here.
And that's really hard to do in friendships. Is
Yeah, this is definitely a good part of friendship. It's basically you look out for your friends, you know? You look out when they're in trouble, you know, you know your friends to the point where it's like, you know what? I got your back.
and you have to be able to call them out.
Yeah. I know it's just that some days people can't do that. People
Yeah.
can't. I don't. That's not. I cannot do that. But it's like some
It's
people
not
can't
really
handle that.
can't. It's just like this fear of like if I call them out on it and they decide that they hate me for that,
Yeah,
what am I gonna do?
yeah. And so, I mean, Applejack seems proud of herself for quote unquote clearing all these trees, and then Big Mac shows up, and it's like, uh.
It's like you're not done yet. Not even close.
It's like, and that's the point where Applejack literally gives up.
She's like, okay, fine. I need your help.
Yeah, finally. It's like I think it's a matter of like the pride issue too. So it's like Applejack's like, no, I can do this myself, and then like at a certain point, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet. Please help me, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then Twilight's like, of course I'm gonna help you.
like I've been helping. I've been offering you help since the beginning, and Applejack is like, but it won't make good for a good episode if I accept initially.
Mm-hmm.
We can metagame this whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
And even everyone's helping. You know, Rainbow and Pinky, Fluttershy and Rarity, they all help.
Yeah.
Rarity was barely in this episode.
Yeah, but I think they came to the point where they're like, okay, well we have 6 protagonists.
Let's throw Rarity a
We
bone.
yeah, we're like, okay, well we have 6 of these guys and we have 22 minutes. This isn't going to work out as well as we thought they were.
Yeah, I guess
Not like every
it's.
time.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like a cameo. So it's like Rarity was on screen for like a combined like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel that if they had her in, it would have been pretty pointless. Like her
Yeah, she would
scene.
have not contributed much to the episode.
Yeah, so I mean, just kind of letting her be in the background was okay for this
Yeah.
episode.
And here's the one thing. It's like everyone's helping like the way Applejack would have, you know, bucked some trees, but no, Twilight.
No.
You're gonna like friggin' wipe one area clean of apples. Like, okay, we know you're good at magic, but this is to the level it's like showing off.
Yeah. So I
I
think
think when Applejack saw this, she was kind of like she would have fainted. It's like, oh my gosh, my work would have been severely reduced if I just asked you from the very beginning.
and I think it's a matter of like Twilight's not really showing off. It's just she can do this and she finds it to be efficient.
Mm-hmm.
And also she needs practice with her more finesse telekinesis.
Yep.
So she's like, okay, I got practice time. I got something to practice on. I'm going to do it. Hey guys, guess what I just did? That was awesome.
Yeah,
Or, I
but
mean,
yeah, I
she was just
guess.
like, yes, I did it. That was great. Okay, let's try it again. We'll
Hmm.
get it perfect next time.
We'll get to the issue of showing off like your magical abilities in a later episode, but
Oh, yes, we will. We will.
yeah. And still Spike is still wandering around with those gross cupcakes.
Oh, well, they had extras, so, I mean, if he's not getting sick by them, I don't see why not give them to him.
Yeah. So, and that concludes Applebuck season. Honestly, I felt it's the most well-paced episode thus far, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like we spent too little time somewhere or too long somewhere. It had a natural progression. It had you know, we got to see like you know, different facets of Applejack's character. You know, and you know what? Even though you're the loyalist and the most dependable of ponies, you're gonna come up short sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So overall, let's see. How many apples would you give this episode?
Probably a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? Oh, that's
Mhm.
very, very high. It's very high of you. Let's say I would give it, honestly, this is one of the stronger episodes of season one, really. I was like, man, I missed so much of this in like future episodes. So I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10 as well.
All right.
Yeah, because it's, well, nine out of 10 apples, I might add.
Yeah.
So really, it's great because there's a lot of character building in this one. There's a lot of, when I read fan fictions, I see a lot of the characterizations that come from this episode because this episode was so iconic for building Applejack's character.
Mhm.
And perhaps, you know, we may get to see. I really hope we get to see an episode again like this in season six.
Mhm.
Where it's the development of the character is so iconic.
Yeah.
So yes, that concludes episode 3, and we are recording
Episode
this on the
4.
21st of February. We're only a few months away until season 6.
Can't wait.
Yep, can't wait. Can't wait. And regarding season 6, there hasn't been much news about it either. So,
No.
yeah, you know, well, we can talk briefly about the campaign, well, the marketing campaign so far. They've only just released pictures about, oh, we're going back to Manhattan. What do you think about that?
Well, it's a good city, and there's a lot of ponies there that I would like to see again.
Like Babs?
Yeah, Babs. I
Uh,
like Babs.
yeah, Babs and who else? Coco and
Coco.
Suri and Prim Hemline are there.
Mhm.
All those. They're the upper class sort of. It's just I want someone. This Babs speaking like the Manhattan accent's like, hey, how you
A
doing?
little bit.
You can catch it,
It's
but it's not stereotypical
yeah, it's less upper Manhattan, and you know,
on the lower side.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like I like that accent a lot. They don't make her go bada bing.
yeah.
Good one, Alex. Good one. Good
Well,
one.
now I kind of want to hear her say
Well, Alex, you just unleashed a can of worms.
it.
You know, you don't know what you did. Maybe we get to meet Babs's family.
That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. I just hope we don't spend too much time there. It's like they're pushing all the marketing towards Manhattan. It's like, okay, yeah, I'd like to go back there, but I don't want to spend a lot of time there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's like there's more places to explore. There's
Mhm.
more places to explore, and it's gonna be good. I'm very optimistic, I guess. It's just that we haven't seen much footage aside from the one about the new character, I might add.
Okay.
So yes, this concludes episode 3. I'm Garuda Phoenix.
And I'm Radiant.
See you next week.
Bye.